Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here, and it is Friday, which means Zur is back in the solar system, selling his wares. He's got some amazing stuff brought to you by the Universal Gaming Marketing Distributors. I'd say Mina at this point now. The Corpus. There she is. Sorry about that. It is Friday. Zur is back. He's in the tower. He's got stuff for us. I'm ready to show it off to you. Mina is here to provide background meows. Let's go. As usual, just the same reminder, this is Destiny 1. As you can see, we are in the Better Tower. All right, Better Tower. Which means he arrives on Friday at 5 a.m. New York time, and he departs on Sunday, 5 a.m. New York time. You only have 48 hours. He does not stay until reset. Also, just to keep in mind, reset happens earlier in Destiny 1. So reset happens, I think, in the afternoon. In Destiny 2 on Tuesday. In Destiny 1, it happens Tuesday morning, New York time, all right? So it's actually sooner. Everything is sooner in Destiny 1. But he leaves on Sunday, okay? So you have 48 hours. Anyway, we are heading to the left. Sorry about that. Mina threw me a little off. We are heading to the left. We are heading towards the speaker, but we are not going... Ooh, someone who just did the Nightfall. Well, didn't just do it. Probably did at some point. That's how you tell, by the way, if someone did the Nightfall, if you don't know. They have flames around their head. Flaming flames of flaming awesomeness, because flames. All right? We're heading towards the balcony. And he's right over here. I actually really like this spot. The view is awesome. Like, can you imagine? This game is gorgeous, all right? And can you imagine if they remaster it? Anyway, what has he got for us this week? Nothing really that stands out. Honestly, he doesn't have anything that really stands out this week. He's got, I mean, if you don't have the stuff, it's good. So first off, he's got the Nemesis Star, and Meteorite, which, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the Nemesis Star, but honestly, I feel like there aren't a lot of exotic heavy weapons that really stand out to me, because there's some really great legendary ones, specifically the rocket launcher I have on Xbox that has tracking and cluster bombs. It's a rocket launcher with tracking and cluster bombs, and honestly, that's all I need on a rocket launcher. Tracking and cluster bombs. I mean, there's a lot of other great stuff, you know, the one that allows you to hold extra, you know, rockets, you name it. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. I know it. If I see it, I would know it. But mainly what I want, I'm a very simple guardian. Tracking and cluster bombs. All right. So Nemesis Star, I think this is the one with napalm. So on trigger pull, this weapon's initial burst has a high rate of fire. Okay. All right, and then it's got, when holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate... Oh, kills grant bonus grenade energy. Okay, so basically this is the Curios regime again. I think this has already come up before. The Curios regime of rocket launchers. Basically, when holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate of fire decreases. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. All right, the bonus grenade energy, yeah, that's good, but basically it's Curios regime in a machine gun form. Oh, wait, we have Meteorite. So this is Meteorite. This is the ornament you get. Like I said, I feel like you really... This is not an exotic. I've brought it up before. There's 3 categories of exotic. There's the top of the top tier exotic, which is an exotic that actually feels like an exotic. Then you have the Destiny exotic, where it's like, okay, this is an exotic because Destiny has low standards for exotics most of the time. Well, Destiny 2, Destiny, yeah. And then you have the, why the hell is this an exotic? I have legendaries that are more powerful. I feel like this is mid-tier to low tier, because it's basically Curios regime in machine gun form. Excuse me. Not really impressed. Comment down below. As I said, I have so many better legendaries that are heavy than exotics. I think the one that I just have a soft side for is Galahorn, because that thing has tracking, and yeah. Where is it? Let's just show off. Do I have it with me? Yes, I do. See? It has rounds fired from this weapon split into tracking cluster missiles. So it not only has cluster bombs, like I'm good with cluster bombs, but this has tracking cluster bombs, and shells from this weapon track their target. So basically, this thing is a mega tracking device of awesomeness, okay? But you know what? I'm good with tracking and cluster bombs. This is putting that on steroids. All right, it's good. All right, next. See, my monitor is not set to the correct setting, so it keeps shutting off, which I gotta fix that, but I'm too lazy this morning, okay? Mida Multi-tool and Special Ops. So Mida is one of my favorites. Here we go. So you're getting Special Ops, which is the cool ornament. Both of them, honestly, are cool. I only have one, but they're both cool. Mida is more of a low-tier exotic. It really, really isn't that much of an exotic. It doesn't have that much of a punch. I've already said this before. I'm a fan of Mida Multi-tool simply because of the rate of fire and the impact. I like those two. You notice that a lot of scout rifles have a low rate of fire and a very high impact, but it's very, very slow. This has a basically mid-tier of both, which is mainly why I liked the Mida, okay? When it comes to exotic perks, it's mainly focusing on speed and agility. So you have lightweight, of course, which gives you +2 character agility. This weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. That's about it. So really, when it comes down to it, this thing really isn't that impressive of a exotic. It boosts your movement speed. That's it. You're just faster. Yeah, I'm going to drop this down to like the lowest level tier of exotic, okay? It makes you faster. Don't get me wrong, I like the Mida. I also like the Mida in Destiny 2, but it boosts your movement speed. Now, I've said this before, and I would like people to comment down below, please. I've said this before, okay? Once you play Warframe, Destiny exotics seem basically weak, okay? There are weapons in Warframe that you look at and you go, that's awesome. But then when you go back to Destiny, you're like, oh, yeah. Like basic weapons in Warframe that make the exotics in Destiny look sad and pathetic. That's why it's a problem, okay? It's definitely a problem. So this is like, oh, joy, it boosts movement speed. Now, don't get me wrong, you should definitely pick it up. Mainly for the simple reason that it will boost your Grimoire score. And it will unlock for you the blueprint. So even if you dismantle it after the fact, you still have the blueprint, you can reclaim it. I could show after the whole video, I'll show where you reclaim stuff, okay? Because I do that every now and then. I'll bring something up to remind people, okay? So I wouldn't, like I said, get it for the Grimoire. I use it. I often use it. I'm carrying it with me right now. I like it. I use it, but it doesn't really feel exotic. And I definitely need to update the settings on my monitor because it's driving me nuts. Yeah. The monitor is fine. It's just the settings are not correct. So it shuts off, like if I connect it to, yeah. Next we have the Hawkmoon. People like Hawkmoon. All right. I personally have never been a fan of Hawkmoon. I would love to know why people love Hawkmoon so much. It doesn't even seem like it is worth it for Crucible. I'm more of an Ace of Spades person because I like guaranteed perks, okay? I like the fact that with the Ace of Spades, if I get a headshot, okay, it will move one around to the magazine. So it means you have to reload less. Add the fact that the Ace of Spades is for hunters only, so it makes you feel special as a hunter. I like the guaranteed perk. As I've said this before, Hawkmoon. Yeah, this is so annoying. Okay. Hawkmoon. Luck in the chamber. One random bullet in the magazine causes considerable bonus damage. Okay. So you have 13 bullets, okay? I usually, for the ease of the math, drop this down to 12. One random bullet in the magazine causes bonus considerable damage. Okay. Then you have, right over here, holding aces. 2 more random bullets in your magazine deal considerable bonus damage. So you fully unlock Hawkmoon. You have 3 bullets that will randomly cause considerable bonus damage. Out of, to make the math easier, 12. 25%. 1 in 4. You don't know, okay? It's not like you count 1, 2, 3, and then you know number 4 is going to be the one. No, you don't know. So you could be in the Crucible and you need that headshot and you need that considerable bonus damage and you don't get it. That's why I don't see the perk to it. I mean, I can see maybe for fighting mobs of enemies the random one with considerable bonus damage is helpful, but increasable when you're relying on, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. I know people really like the Hawkmoon. I know there was a huge hype when it finally came to Destiny 2. I think wasn't the Hawkmoon one of the first ones when they started randomizing exotics too, which was like, okay, I want to do that mission over and over and over again to keep getting different versions of the Hawkmoon. Yeah. I don't know. So comment down below. Tell me why I'm wrong about Hawkmoon, because I think the ornament looks awesome, but I find the Hawkmoon a major disappointment. Now let's look at the armor. All right, first off, the same usual Curios. You can never have enough heavy ammo since. You can never have enough. Okay, just flat out, you can never have enough heavy ammo since. Those are great to have. If we have the Legacy Engram, this will probably give you a year 1 item. If you are lucky, it will also unlock the year 2 version, but usually just gives you the year 1. That's why if you have an excess amount of strange coins, go right ahead. You know, the more the better. But if you do not, which most people do not, I mean, I had one person who was like, I have thousands of strange coins. Okay, Habibi, if you have thousands of strange coins, go right ahead and get as many, get the Legacy Engram. However, if you are tight for strange coins and you don't have any of the other stuff, don't waste them on the Legacy Engram. Pick up this stuff. Pick up all this stuff first before you go for the Legacy Engram, okay? Everything else pick up, and if you happen to have extra, go for the Legacy Engram. But you need this stuff first, okay? Now, for the Titan, we have the Armamentarium. It's not as cool as the Tychonaut. Nothing the Titans have is cool as the Tychonaut. The Tychonaut is by far the best Titan exotic. Titans, let me know, am I right or wrong? I mean, I'm no master of the Titan, but I feel like that is, excuse me, just ridiculously awesome, okay? All right, what does this do? Gain an additional grenade charge. Yeah. This one isn't it, Titans. This one definitely isn't it, Titans. Yes, Minnie? Yeah, come on. Okay, come here. Come on. All right, so that's the Tychonaut. Next we have for the Hunters, the Crest of Alpha Lupi. All right, now this one, I'm pretty sure it's decent if you're in a fire team, but if you're not in a fire team, this is an absolute and total waste. Come here. Minnie, come here. Okay. Revive fallen teammates and be revived faster. Like I said, this is useless unless you're really in a fire team. Supers generate an extra orb. Both traits require you to be in a fire team. Okay, you need to be in a fire team to use this. So, I mean, it's always good to pick this stuff up. For example, you might find yourself in a fire team and they demand you have the Crest of Alpha Lupi, the Grimoire Scar, like I said, all that. Minnie. Okay. So, good thing to have. As I said, as someone who 95% of my playtime has been solo, I don't think I've ever used the Crest of Alpha Lupi. But comment down below, Hunters, that know better than I do, okay? Correct me. I like to be corrected, okay? So I can then learn how to do things even better and better, okay? Finally, we have, for the Warlocks, the Ram. And one of the few items in this game that fails the Corpus Helmet test. So what is the Corpus Helmet test? If you've played Warframe, you know what the Corpus Helmet looks like. They call it the refrigerator, that square helmet that the Corpus wear. Okay, that is the peak of helmet size. If your helmet is bigger than the Corpus Helmet, you fail the Corpus Helmet test. It's too big. Like I said, the Corpus Helmet is the maximum you can go. Yes, Minnie? Come on. If you want attention, you have to come, okay? I thought she would not be as... She's not growing out of her talkative stage. Like, she's just as talkative as she was as a baby. Increased armor. All Voidwalker melees trigger lifesteal on hit. Okay, I have to say this is by far the best one. Increased armor. I mean, I'm not an expert on Voidwalker. I don't remember playing Voidwalker as a Warlock. I primarily focused on self-res. But this has decent melees trigger lifesteal on hit. Okay, this sounds pretty good. Okay, don't get me wrong. The perks sound good, but it still fails the Corpus Helmet test. Can you imagine walking around with this thing on your head? Okay? It seems like you just, especially when you think about the things you do in Destiny, crawling through tunnels, okay? It seems like it would constantly get in the way. I'm just saying, okay? It fails the Corpus Helmet test. So, but it's definitely better than the other two. So we have number 1 is the Ram for the Warlocks. Number 2 is the Hunters. Number 3 is the Titans. Because, I mean, really, Titans? You just get an extra grenade charge. Like, yeah. I'm not impressed, okay? So that's the order of this week. Thank you for watching. Let's see what I said I would show you guys. All right. So, where do you go to reclaim your exotics if you dismantle it? Okay? So you're heading... I gotta go give the kitten some attention, so... She wants to play. We're heading towards the... Mini? We're heading towards the Vanguard. Okay. So basically, once you pick up an exotic, whether it's through an engram or through Xur, you basically permanently have it. Okay? You can dismantle it and reclaim it. Now, when you reclaim it, it's not going to be... if you have it at 400 light and you dismantle it, it's not going to be at 400 light. It's going to be at 350. So that means you're going to have to infuse something into it. You can infuse a 400 light legendary into an exotic. Okay? So you'll need an exotic shard. This is where you pick them up. Okay? So there is the Vanguard. Cade. Awesome, Cade. This is weapons. Okay? You can see here the ones that I haven't unlocked versus the ones I have not unlocked. So there are a couple of exotics I still have not found. Primarily raid weapons. There are certain exotics I have not picked up that are only available in the raids. I don't have them. You can see here, say missing exotic blueprint. Okay. This, on the other hand, is the Anguish of Dristin, which is a raid weapon that I did unlock. Okay. If I want to reclaim it, okay, as you can see, you need an exotic shard and 2,500 glimmer. And when I end exotic, oh, so it's 320. I thought it was 350. It's 320. Okay. You need a second exotic shard to infuse something to bring it up to 400. You get the exotic shards from Xur. Okay. I think it's 7 strange coins. So you need if you want to bring it up to 400, let's say, you know, because I'm at 400. Everything I have is at 400. I would need, even someone at 400, if they pick up an exotic that they need to reclaim, they're going to get it at 320. Then you infuse something, bring it up to 400. I have so many, I have 16 exotic shards, so for me, it's no big deal. Okay? Because, like, I'll get a duplicate exotic and I'll just dismantle it. So that's what you do to reclaim that. This is where you get the weapons. The armor is based on your class. So, like, I cannot pick up Titan or Warlock armor while playing as my hunter. Oh, there's one I don't have? Interesting. I did not realize that. I know on Xbox I have everything, but apparently there is a helmet I don't have on PlayStation. Now, this is the year 1 stuff. I don't have it. The year 2 is over here. So I can reclaim. It shows you, like I said, the hunter exotics. If I were to... oh, and I don't have... Interesting. I thought I had everything. I primarily play on Xbox right now. I did not realize I'm missing 2 exotics. That's interesting. All right, I got to keep my eye out for them. I got to figure out which ones they are, and I can't think of it right now. And keep my eye out for them on PlayStation. Someone really wants attention. So this is where you could reclaim it. If you want to reclaim Titan armor, you need to come as a Titan. Warlock armor, you need to come as a Warlock. Okay? If I were to come as my Titan, it would show me what I have and what I'm missing, or my Warlock. So this is where you reclaim stuff. Again, you can see it's reclaim it at 320, and then you infuse like a helmet into it. What's nice about Destiny 1 is you don't have to infuse the same class. So if I have a 400 light Warlock helmet, I can infuse that into a Hunter helmet. They changed that in Destiny 2. People were losing their mind because it is, it actually makes it easier for your multiple characters. Once you get a character to light 400, the second and third are a piece of cake because all you have to do is like play as your light 400 character and get stuff on your 400 character and give it to your other characters and infuse it. Okay. The only thing is, you need to get the character to level 40. Once you get the character to level 40, going to like 400, once you do it once, on Destiny 1 is a piece of cake. Yeah. Once I had my hunter to 400, like I keep replaying Destiny with different characters, but since I already have a 400 light character, once I get the other characters to 40, it's like just cakewalk. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with other people. Let's hope they actually remaster Destiny 1, because, I mean, come on, they're remastering stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. Right. There's so many good games they could remaster, and I'm not talking just Destiny, but The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. Right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell notification for all notifications. Follow me on X or wherever else. I'm also on... Anyway. And I hope to see you in the tower.